Hello, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Megan.
And welcome to Cooking Stage Left,
the show where we teach everyone watching how to make something delicious. So what are we making this episode?
Well, Megan, we are making one of your favorite foods. I thought after knowing Megan for so long and eating so much of this delicious food with her that we would make it together. We are making hummus today. And there are lots and lots and lots of great hummuses that you can buy on the market. Mm-hmm. But like most things, when you make it yourself, it's just a different ballgame. It's so delicious and so amazing, and your friends will be super impressed, right? And that's what it's always about, impressing your friends. And what else are we making, Megan?
We are going to be making some homemade pita chips to go with our homemade hummus.
It's going to be fantastic. And again, big party wow factor, right?
So. Yeah,
you put this little bit of extra love into it and people are going to think you are amazing.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah.
So here we go. Curtains up, burners on. Okay, so let's go through our ingredients list for our hummus and our pita chips. So first and foremost, garbanzo beans. Just one simple can of garbanzo beans.
Excellent.
Tahini. Have you ever used tahini before?
I haven't, actually.
Tahini is ground sesame seeds. That's all it is. So it's like a nut butter. It's delicious. You can use it like a nut butter. I've actually used it to make cookies, which are fantastic. But
nice.
Key ingredient in making hummus.
Awesome.
Olive oil, of course. And then garlic. Lemon juice from lemons. A little bit of salt, of course. And we're going to use some cumin powder to give it sort of a little, like, a little bit like, what is that in there?
What is that?
A little touch of that. Yeah. And then I've got some sesame seeds just to top it with. We'll talk about sort of how you can top it and make it individualized and make it almost like a little pizza or whatever and have little bits of different things on it, to have some fun with it.
Yeah.
And then for our pita chips.
Yeah, for the pita chips. So we're going to start with pita, obviously. So just ground pita from the grocery store. And then we're going to just top it off with different things. We are going to use some olive oil for that as well. And then we have a couple different seasonings. So we have the Everything Bagel seasoning, which we've used in a previous episode. Very delicious.
Love that stuff.
I know,
I love it, yeah.
And then we have some garlic. Yeah. We have some chili powder. And then if we want to make it a little spicy, we have some cayenne pepper.
Oh,
yeah.
Cayenne pepper. Nicely. Yes. Oh, so a little bit of like mix and match.
Yeah, a little mix and match. We can kind of like change up what we want to put on each one. And again, customize it. So
right on.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back in a moment.
Yes.
Okay, so we are ready to make our hummus, and we are going to make it in our food processor. You can also make this in a blender.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so either one, whatever you have on hand. If you want to make homemade hummus, it's easy to make it in a food processor or a blender.
Excellent.
So we're going to start with some garlic.
Okay.
Peel off a couple of cloves there.
Okay. So how do we...
All right, the recipe says like 1 clove of garlic, but Calabrese, I'm going to say like and it's small, we're going to use like 4. Okay. So let's get like 4 cloves of garlic going.
All right, yeah.
Move this out of your way here.
Great.
Okay. And we're going to use the food processor. We don't have to chop it or anything because we're going to use the food processor to blend it up. But we are going to smash it to get the
It's like flying all over.
To get the skins off. We're going to smash it.
Great. Oh,
give me that. So well thought out. Anybody who wants production assistant work, just come on over. And
good.
Have you ever smashed garlic to get the?
I feel like I
skins
may
off
have done
before?
it like once.
Okay,
but I'm not like an expert.
I'm just gonna show you the technique first. Normally I'm just like, Megan, do this, but I'm just gonna show you the technique because it can be scary. You take a wide knife and you're carefully and put the blade away from you. You just put it there and you're just gonna hit it kind of hard.
Ooh.
Right? And see what that does? It pulls the skin off. Super easily, right? Like that.
Nice.
Yeah. Boom.
And it's done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Try it. Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's see how this goes. All right.
Put it on first, yeah, and then just give it a hit.
I didn't quite get it that first
Yeah.
time. It's okay. It's all right.
Here you go.
Yeah, that worked pretty well.
That worked, yeah.
Yeah. Sort of. Yeah, no, it's doing. It's coming.
Okay, good.
Good. All right. Oh yeah, I think I got all the skin.
I can smell this garlic's pretty pungent, so maybe we will stop at like.
You want to stop at 2?
You want to stop at 2, or do you want?
Yeah,
do you want to do 3?
yeah.
Okay, let's
you
stop
want to
at
just
2.
see what we can always add more, right?
We can always add more, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Next, we're going to put in our salt, and it's about a half a teaspoon of salt.
Okay.
Which I think I put a. Is that a half teaspoon?
That's a half teaspoon.
Okay, half teaspoon of salt.
All right.
And then about a 1/4 cup of lemon juice.
Okay.
I think we've got like a heavy pour there. This for us was about a lemon and a half. So anywhere like a lemon and a half to 2 lemons. Yeah. Pour that in there.
Okay, great.
And this is going to be our first blend, our first chop. So puree that. Go ahead and get that.
Okay.
Now we're just like chopping the garlic. Go ahead.
How are we doing?
Okay, yeah, and it's pretty well blended in there, pretty well mushed up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're going to hold for about 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And the reason why we're going to hold is that mellows out the flavor of your garlic. In the lemon juice. The acid in the lemon juice will mellow out the flavor of the garlic. Now, I like a garlic bite, so I don't always do this. But again, I called out 4 cloves of garlic. So I like the bite of fresh garlic. So so this is if you want sort of nice, mellow, traditional hummus, right?
Okay.
So we're going to just hold this for about 10 minutes.
Okay, great.
Okay, now our garlic and lemon has sort of set for about 10 minutes. And again, that's just sort of like bring down the, the brightness of the garlic. Next, we're going to add in our tahini, and it's a half a cup of tahini. Okay. And we got out our magic spray again. And this is just a little trick. I'm just going to spray the cup a little bit. Oh. Anytime you're dealing with like nut butters or whatever, it's easier to get out that way. Oh. Right? Though cool. I did, like the tahini is kind of, runny. Yeah, it's kind of a little runny. It's not super, sometimes it can be thick, sometimes it can be runny, and this one just happened to be kind of runny. So it shouldn't be too bad. Oh, good. The smell of that's so incredible. Again, I love sesame flavors.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Oh, that smells so good. Okay.
Yep. You need to scrape that.
Oh, yeah, that worked really well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There we go.
You just keep that handy.
Okay, great.
So I'll probably scrape it down later.
That makes sense.
Now we're going to put in 2 tablespoons of cold water.
Oh, okay.
And what we did is we saved the water from the garbanzo beans, which is also called
aquafaba.
Aquafaba. So 2 tablespoons of cold water or aquafaba. Okay. And this is going to help the hummus from places that I read, and it helps it sort of get fluffier, and it helps it a little bit lighter, like the cold water or the aquafaba sort of like makes it a little fluffier and lighter. So it gives it a really great texture right there.
Nice.
Now go ahead and we're going to give this a blend.
Okay.
Excellent.
Ooh, nice.
So you see it's already sort of started to thicken up a little bit, right?
Yeah, it's starting to thicken up.
So nice flavor, and again, it smells really great.
Yeah.
Throw in our garbanzo beans now. Yep.
Great.
And then we're going to do a half teaspoon of cumin.
Okay. There we go.
Pop that top.
Pop it.
And cumin just has like a mild smoky flavor to it. It's used in a lot of Mexican cooking.
I can smell it. It smells good.
And now I'm going to grab the olive oil and get it ready. And I'm going to sort of do this. So go ahead and just hit blend there. Oh, we're going to pull the little top off here.
Oh, great.
Let's go ahead and hit blend, and we'll sort of let that go.
I guess this is...
Yeah, turn it on. Now our 1 tablespoon of olive oil. While it's blending. I think we should be ready.
Awesome.
Right.
That's thickening up really
Looks like we're really in good shape here.
Yeah.
A little scrape here.
Okay.
Now, depending on how you like it, that's a little on the thick side. We can go creamier than that by adding a little bit more water, a little bit more of the water.
Oh, okay, sure.
You want to try that?
Yeah, sure. Let's
do another. Let's put another back on. So let's do another
Okay.
little tablespoon of the.
Okay.
Oops. I'll throw it off. Go ahead and drop it into the thing. A little bit more of the water to make it a little creamier, a little fluffier. You could also add a little bit more olive oil at this point. Some folks will just add all olive oil. Let's see how we're at.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And this is where you can really adjust. And this is the fun part about making your own too. You can make it spicier. You can make it creamier, more garlicky.
So good.
The tahini and the sesame is really coming through on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not too garlicky at all.
No, not at all.
What do you think? Do you want to add anything else?
I mean, I think that tastes kind of amazing.
Pop it up.
Yeah,
Right on.
it's kind of amazing.
We're just pulling it out of here too to just sort of test it out. This also, I think, we're going to put in the fridge for a bit while we make our pita chips.
Yeah.
And then we'll have the big, food party at the end. But this is one of those things that will also just sort of like mellow out a bit as you put it in the fridge. It will sort of, all those flavors will sort of like start to dance together and be really awesome.
Right.
So that's it. That's hummus. You saw seems like a bunch of ingredients, but really nothing tricky to do, right?
Yeah.
No special folding or whatever. So there you go. That's the hummus. We'll be back in a moment with the pita chips.
Yeah. All right. So we are going to make our pita chips. Yay. Okay. So we're going to start with the pita. So just go ahead and take one out. And so what we're going to do is we're cut it into quarters.
Okay.
We can use a knife,
Ooh,
or
chips.
I like to use a pizza cutter, because that gives you a nice straight line. So just cut it.
So just gonna big ones, right?
Yeah, just
Quarters.
big ones. Yeah, or we could do them smaller too, honestly. What do you think?
I'm gonna do 6.
Okay, great. Let's do 6.
It
Yeah.
seems like it's more food that way.
Yeah. You can get more hummus, because then you have to put a big mound of hummus on each chip, so it's perfect.
That's a pretty
Look
good
at that.
size.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so then what we want to do is we want to coat them with olive oil. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to use a plastic bag.
Clever.
So yes, you can also use like a container, like a storage container for food. You could put it in that way,
Okay,
or a bowl or something if you want to toss it.
So they go in first?
Yeah, they
Okay.
should go in first. Yeah, perfect. Woohoo!
Easy.
And then just go ahead and drizzle some olive oil in there. We want to make sure we get a nice coating on them, but obviously we'll be doing more. So if there's some left over in the bag, no big deal. Yeah.
Is that a good lead?
That looks good. Yeah.
Okay.
That looks good. Let's try that and see what happens. So then what you want to do is just zip the bag up and then shake it. Yeah. I choose this method because I think it's fun.
Yeah. That's really easy coating too.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I'd be brushing it and stuff. But this is
Yeah, no, this is great.
They look
Totally
coated.
great. Yeah, exactly. I think Andrew's having a little bit of fun.
Okay.
Okay. So now what you want to do is you're going to take them out.
I'm gonna get Tom's because they've got a lot of oil on them.
Yeah, they do have a lot of oil on them. That's good. No, but I think that's good, especially when you go in the air fryer. You want to make sure they're nicely coated so they don't get burned and stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take
Drop
out.
them in.
Yeah. And like I've said before, this is my air fryer is a little bit smaller, so some of them might have, we won't be able to fit. There we go. All right, yeah, there we go.
I can do it.
You got it. You got this. Yeah, and you want to make sure they're not on top of each other, obviously.
I was feeling that was a thing that I had to do.
Yeah.
You see how I was straightening them out here?
Yeah.
But I think I can do that.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. No, I think that's good. No, nicely
whole
done.
pita.
Nicely done.
Okay.
And then you wanna you can put sort of whatever seasonings you want on them. So let's start with just kind of sprinkling that on.
I'm gonna do the everything seasoning
Great.
because I
think
love
that's
that
great.
stuff.
Yeah. That's perfect. Awesome.
Can I add extra garlic?
Of course.
Can I add more garlic? This stuff I know comes out super fast. So
Okay.
I'm already.
Good.
It's already too much. Okay.
Oh, Andrew, is that a thing. Too much garlic.
Oops.
Okay, great. That looks
Those all look
fantastic.
really good.
Yeah, they look really good. So you're going to stick that in there.
Okay.
And then this is going to beat for a second. There we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set it at 320. Yeah.
Press that first.
Yeah, and then push temp. Yeah. And then we're going to lower it to 320. Perfect.
320.
Great. And then let's check time. Hit time. So we're going to do this for about 7 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
My recommendation is to, it's the air fryer cooks pretty quickly.
Start with
7?
seven?
Yeah, let's start with 7.
And then start?
Yep, just push start. You're good. So my recommendation is to check it, like just to once or twice while you're cooking to see. Each air fryer is kind of different. Another option too is you can use your oven or your convection feature on your oven is a really good way to do it. I would say you might need to do it a little bit longer in the oven than in the air fryer, but yeah. I think that's pretty cool.
And do you have to turn this or anything? I mean, in the oven, I feel like you would have to turn it.
No, because it gets because it has that basket and then there's air underneath it, it actually cooks both sides pretty evenly.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so you just have to kind of check it and see. And it depends on how crispy you want it. Like if you want it really crispy, leave it in there longer, obviously. But I think it'd be nice to have just a little bit of crispiness on the outside and then maybe a little. Yeah.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, so we're gonna see what happens in 7 minutes.
Hey.
There you go. All right, so we are ready. Take a look.
I don't know if you can see that, but let me get it on a plate.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
And that was 7 minutes.
That was 7 minutes. Yeah, we did that for 7 minutes.
Which is so quick.
I know. So fast.
I mean, you don't get a lot, like you said, at one time, but that could be okay too, because this is like one serving, maybe, or half serving, because they smell really delicious. That's beautiful. I love how crisp they are. I love the idea that you can make different toppings and make different varieties and things like that.
Exactly, yeah. And I would say too, what's great is, I know you can't cook as many as you would in an oven or something, but it's great because you can just kind of keep it coming and sort of work it out. So.
Keep rolling out.
Yeah, and they smell amazing.
Yeah. I am really ready to eat this. Both these. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Eat. All right, so we are ready. We've got our snack. We have our homemade hummus, which is going to wow us outside of any store-bought brand you can buy.
Yep.
And our homemade pita chips, which are fun and crispy and delicious. We're just going to do a little topper of olive oil. Delicious. This is the fun way to sort of make it look beautiful too. Bit of extra olive oil, something that tastes good. And then I've just got some sesame seeds. We'll just do, again, one of my favorite things. Looks pretty.
Oh, that looks so
You can do any of this. You could do, some paprika on here. You could do some chopped olives.
Absolutely.
Some roasted garlic, some sun-dried tomatoes.
Oh my gosh.
Roasted red peppers. Any of those things could also go in the hummus as well.
Absolutely.
Right? We did plain, but any of those things you could chop up and go in.
Yeah. So
Speaking of going in.
Yeah, right?
Let's go in.
Look how pretty that looks.
That's gorgeous.
It's so pretty. Okay. All right. Ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Let's do it.
That chip is so crispy.
Yep.
And it's not oily.
Nope.
That's so good.
Isn't it amazing how much oil you put on it and then it doesn't even turn out that oily? No.
Which makes you think how much they put on when they actually make it, because they do taste oily sometimes when you buy the versions in the bags. And that hummus, I think you mentioned it before, but you really get the tahini flavor in there, which I love. But you can also adapt it. You can also pull it back on if you don't like that extra tahini flavor, right? Or you want something more to come through. I might put more garlic in it. I'm not gonna lie. I'll do more garlic. But it's a nice balanced flavor. It's delicious. It's so creamy. I didn't want to double dip on the last one, so I'm just putting more hummus on my chip this time.
Smart,
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, thank you. So good.
Like an appropriate amount.
Thank you. Good stuff.
Yeah. We also made another round of chips, and we put some chili powder on there.
Yeah.
Which gives it a nice little kick.
Nice little kick. Very subtle though.
Yeah.
it's not spicy. It's just another flavor.
It's just like adding to it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Super simple today. Homemade hummus. Homemade pita chips. Once again, I'm Andrew.
I'm Megan.
And this has been
Cooking Stage
Left.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's go through our ingredients list for our hummus and our pita chips.
Hi, Hazel.
Once again.
Well,
Okay.
It's good. It's fine.
Cool. Julia didn't have a dog, did she?
Huh?
Julia didn't have a dog roaming around.
No, she
Studio.
did.
No. Nope.
Yeah, no. She didn't have that.
Got that. Okay.
Oh, but look at that. Good, good.